Surprise, surprise everybody, a little salon time. Boy, we haven't done one of these in a long time. This one might not be as fun as previous ones because it's Barbie. Good old Barbie. So for these ones, for those of you who've been following and know what I was talking about in my shelves in the doll room, I wanted to show the different body shapes of Barbie over time. And I had some other ones chosen, but they've become characters in my Wendy's doll world. So what I did, by using all the leftovers and bodies and heads from all the swapping I've been doing, as well as leftover some second portions of clothes from all the clothes hoarding, I've come up with things to do with them. So I thought I'm going to make them all similar with the Barbie head, and I just felt that now you can really see. Some of the other ones, the bodies were like just too pretty and too bold and different heads, and you just couldn't equate them as much. So this is now like, we got Petite Barbie, Curvy Barbie, Usual Barbie, and Tall Barbie. And when I look, I can now see very obviously the differences, which I really couldn't tell before because they looked good on their own, if that makes any sense. So these are just going to be for putting on a doll room shelves to say, hey, look at how Barbie has evolved and how her body has evolved. So this is just a personal thing. As it so happens, some of them need, oh, another thing too, there's different tones in all these Caucasian girls. And that's kind of interesting too, to show that that has changed amongst even the Caucasian girls. And I like seeing that. That didn't stay the same. And I'm glad we got away from that orange, that funky orange that Barbie had for a while there. That was her peach. She was colored. Her skin, I was never really fond of that. So just an observation. This head, it's a little big for the body, but it works for me. So that's them. That's what they're gonna wear. I'm even gonna probably keep their shoes off because to show the size difference in feet too over time. I love the jean and bathing suit look because you really get to see most everything. Again, on my shelves, just personal desires. This is the Jewel Mermaid Barbie, which I got on eBay for like $2.50, and it cost more to ship it. And I've never wanted to open my boxed one, so this one I'm going to just fix her up and have her there for play. I've been doing that with my favorite outfits, using some of the bodies I have and the Barbies I've had in all my collecting stores. I've found a purpose for them, which is great. So they're holding on to, be it I like the doll itself is special or the outfit. I'm bringing those together to put on my shelf. There's going to be some changes. She has the TNT body, the superstar type body with the skinny waist and all that stuff. I'm not a super fan of that, and maybe I just want to modernize her. So I have found this in my thing. It's the belly button body, and it seems like it will match her tone and her complexion very well. So I'm going to switch that up just so it looks a little different, and just a preference. And since I have it, surprisingly, one that does have a little of the peachy look to match that, I'm really glad about changing that. Find her an outfit I like. Here, another find. We have this huge, goodness, I don't even know how tall she is. Is she? Oh, she's more than 18. I'll have to measure her because I really don't know. She looks to be about 2 feet. But this is Barbie, another find from the secondhand store. Awesome price. Snapped her up. She's got her dress, which I've washed and is drying right now. Whoops. She's hard to handle here. Her eyelashes are in great shape. Her hair's in mostly good shape. It just needs a brushing and a little restyle. So I'm going to add that to my blonde beauties going on here right now. So for most of these, they just need to sit in, have fabric softener, have water, and be brushed. And the odd one, like this one, needs some goo going. Oh, this one needs it really bad too. Yeah, she needs some goo going for the glue seepage coming through. So I'll work on that. So these gals have all got the goo gone, which is a adhesive remover. It's a citrus adhesive remover, so that helps. Believe me, if you start popping off heads and you see how much glue is in there, that is nowhere near going to take off enough that the hair is going to fall out. Interestingly, some of these clothes that didn't fit, I just put a little stitch in there. And the Velcro broke, like ready for the trash. Put a little stitch in there. I can pull it off if I want to take it off, but at least it saves the clothes. That'll be about a half hour. Then I will put it in laundry detergent I like to to wash it off, and then it'll go into my half fabric softener, half water. So while we're here, let's talk about necks. These are different shaped bodies, which you can see better now, a twist and turn compared to TNT. And I'm going to switch heads. I thought I'd share a little bit of what I've learned. Now, these heads, and there's a taller kind, like Monster High has the big T. What I'm finding out is it is really this part that holds the head on and does all the work, such as this manufactured one, which is molded in, is my favorite for switching, swapping heads and playing. The reason I believe, and I've read, is they put these on so the heads don't fall off easy and kids would choke on them. So some people thought that this was for holding the head, tilting purposes. It's not. All the tilting is in here. And if you pull this head off and stretch that, that is what will give you bobblehead, is this part, this section that's right in here. So what I do is take my pliers. If I think I'm going to be switching heads often, I just snip those off. So that takes some stress because the neck pulls on that and then gives you the stress there. I hope that helps. Now, when taking off a head, it's not perfect, foolproof, but this kind of works. I have been doing the method where you use the hair dryer. I cover this so I don't burn the hair, get under the neck. So you're softening so that it will pop through there. Now, if you've cut it off, it's much easier and you just got to go here. One little trick I learned, and it's not foolproof, but it does help a lot. I figured most people tend to pull, and then you get stress on there. What it helps is, after, of course, I haven't used the dryer because I don't care about this particular body, push it in and then pull it quicker, and that saves you some stress, so it comes out better. So if I were going to keep this body, I'd snip that off again and be more useful. If perchance, see, now this is still going to be stiff, so this is going to, this head, if head's put on, will turn, be not bobbly, just like that. If it were bobbly, there's only one thing you need: a rubber band. Any kind of rubber band. If it gets too big, it'll get too tight, but you just put a rubber band in there. If you have a bobble head, that is the area. Oh, I lost the thing.
Hashtag doll school.
I'm still new to it. I'm just trying to help. So if you put it in there, that would take care of any bobblehead, because that is the stress part. Once these are gone, if that gets stressed from pulling on it, that's what gives you bobblehead. So I'm not going to use this body. I'm going to put this one on here. So she's got a more modern body. Okay, so she's got some bobblehead. So I'm going to retake that off. I should have put it on there. See how quick that happened? And put, now, so this one's really bobbly, so I'm going to put a piece of rubber band in there. And then she's going to go in here, and let's start brushing with my tools. Just as a quick recap, so you don't have to go searching other videos, Goo Gone is an oily product on its own, but it's not like the glued-in mess you get. So I like to use, you could use dish soap, cuts, grease. I just like clothes soap. It just, I don't know, maybe it's just because it's not bubbly. I like it, I can see. So this is with the Goo Gone on. It looks very oily on its own, but it has actually cut through the glue seepage, and now you have to get rid of the oil from this. It sometimes goes on the face, so I just use this stuff very liberally. Push it in. Got my little assembly line going here. Just work it in. I have used it on faces to get the oil off the face. This Goo Gone doesn't take off the face makeup, being as I've only left it on never longer than an hour. So going off of that. So I just work that out, work it in to work the oil out, and rinse it off. Then I'll put it in the fabric softener, which at this point now is more for smell than detangling, and then regular soap, and then we can style. She has had about a good hour in the fabric softener, and half fabric softener, half water. So now I'm just gonna have to do the elbow grease work and work on that. Fixed her neck so it is not bobbly head now, which is great. I used 2 rubber bands. I should have said 2. I don't prefer, but I'll use them if I have to, the Loom rubber bands, because they tend to disintegrate pretty quick. So I try not to use them unless I have to. If it's all I got, well, of course I use it. Just the thought with that. So these ones are now in dipped. I'm being careful because I don't want to mess up their clothes, but I don't feel like taking them off. I'm a little lazy today. So just dipping them all in the fabric softener. They've been washed with the clothes soap, laundry soap. And now just do that, let them sit for however long until I get to them. Again, at this point, it's not really for detangle, it's more for smell, so that the odor of the hair will not smell like glue anymore, that icky kind of musty old smell. It'll smell fresh and clean. So that's the point of that. Okay, lots of brushing. I can do it. I can do it. Her hair has turned out wonderfully. It made my elbow very sore. I just slowly worked it out in 4 sections. Got it really nice and smooth. Then I just washed it and kind of was letting it dry, but I am going to do the bangs, the bumper bangs, and I'll show you that too in case you're interested. Looks really good. I just trimmed very, very little off the edge just to clean it up and straighten it up. The rest of these girls, they have had all the fabric softener and grease washed out, so the oil, sorry. I'm just kind of working, and I did that over here too. I'm just kind of working it really, really good to get all of that oil texture and fabric softener out. If you leave the fabric softener in a little bit, it's okay. It gives it a little bit of a wet look. Sometimes I desire that, so I leave more of it in. In this case, I'm not quite sure how I want to do all their styles, but wet look, that's good. I would like to be a little bit silkier. Going over here, this beauty, and she is in the fabric softener in half water. I'll let that sit. I'm going to brush that out, wash it out just the same as I've done all the rest. And for the most part, her hair will probably be pretty simple. I'll decide when she's done. This girl's bangs. Okay. Straw, cocktail straw, bobby pin, and a fabric softener, a piece of fabric softener, a dryer sheet. And that's what we do. So I like to get them wet, and then here, Miss Grace will help me out here. It just takes a little bit of finagling with your fingers, but otherwise pretty easy. First I get it straight, kind of where I want it. Give it a quick trim just to make sure. Take your dryer sheet, kind of cover all of it. This is the part that just takes a few minutes to get right. That will hold it all in place while it's curling without it flying out. Take your straw, pull it ever so gently to the top. Now your straw is having the fabric softener now with the hair in it, curling with it. There we go. Nice and tight. Looks pretty good. Easy enough to change if you don't like it. One bobby pin. Put that up at the top, more at the top, because then it won't unravel. And there we go. If I don't like it, I can easily redo it. I will put just tap hot water on there and cold water, let it dry, and a little hairspray, and it's done. At this point, all of these beauties are nice and clean and ready as basically hair canvases for what's going to happen. This one was a little harder to wrestle with, but she's done and clean. I may leave her later for a fancy hairdo. I don't know, but at least she's cleaned up. Can't complain where she came from. These ones are all clean and drying, and I can determine if their grease is going good enough and give them some hairstyles. So I'm just gonna do some like hippie, bohemian, country type pigtails and things, casual outfits to go with their casual hairstyles, to go for the casual outfits. And then this one just needs to dry. We'll need a little bit of spray and an outfit, and she'll be ready. So that's where I'm at, and see ya when I get them all hairstyled up a little bit. She is looking so pretty. I'm so happy with her. Worth all of the wrestling with her long hair. Her little bumper things turned out well. All she really needs is to get dressed and stuff like that. I got the freight check on her clothes so they last. It's kind of using the typical Barbie stuff to get rid of it instead of having that hang in the clothes heaven, because you know, pink, black, and white gets quite overused. So that's where I'm at on that. We got the big one. Her hair just now looks nice and healthy, shiny. I haven't even brushed it. That's where that's at. And same with her clothes, which was in mint beautiful condition. I got the fray check and got that all ready so that won't fray anymore. Not too happy with the yellow shoes, so I may I'm definitely going to change the shoes. I'm not too happy with them. I'm going to do some primer, base coat, and a color. I might even put some glitter on those, but yellow in this dress is just looking ridiculous. So I'm going to have to paint those. I'll work on that. Then we got all of our beautiful girls here. Nothing special with their hair besides the fact that they're clean. Little braids on this one. Hers just meets in the back. This one back underneath. This one meets in the back, coming from the sides. This one's got one coming back and one free one. This one, to make it stay, just grab a little piece of hair from over here to make it stay where you want it to go. So I don't have flyaway hair. Now, I use this Gorilla Snot when I'm going to do really heavy duty, like the boys' hairstyles, to keep it gelled down hard. And but I just got some cheap stuff here that I'll use. So I'm going to put some on my hands, and then I'm just going to work it onto the ends, just so it doesn't seem frizzy. I was going to do curls, and then I was like, that's too dressed up for this. So I'm just going to maybe give it a slight little wet look, but just so it's not frizzy. That's my only intention here. All right, let me get that stuff done. I used my favorite 123 Zinsser Bullseye primer to start the base coat on these shoes. I layered it up with many coats of pinks and glitters and even a little red bottom, just so they seemed really high-end shoes. Finished it off with some nail polish just to seal it. Happy I made that decision there. Here's some befores, and of course this is our super tall Barbie, who wasn't bad and found at the secondhand store. And here she is in the end. I decided not to go too fancy, just leave it down. Maybe I'll change it later, but I don't know. I just liked showing it was long and healthy looking. What I did do right here, I just took my finger a little bit and just swirled it like that, so it would have a slight little wave, but nothing major. So that works for me. Very much so. Glad to get her. Love that this dress is complete, and yeah, I definitely think changing the yellow shoes was absolutely, without a doubt, worth the effort. Much, much, much better. Just have to be careful those don't get scratched. Here's a little photo shoot of her out in the backyard looking beautiful, and comparison shot of sizes just interested me. And as always, hoping for them to have wonderful spots in the doll room. She is going to hang out and be the beastie of our Miss Violet Rose Monster High tall doll. Love it, and love that I have a space for this. I still got Skelita in this size to open. I should do that soon. And she'll join in the crew. So that one's done, and on to the next. Jewel Mermaid Barbie. Here is her before. Again, I got her on eBay for $2.50. Not bad. I definitely took out the earrings and will not replace them in that kind because they're too sharp and they tend to pull at the hair and make it more messed up and matted. So I tend to ditch the earrings a lot in this case. Lots of brushing brought her to here. That was the before. This is the after. Much, much better. I just used some brads for earrings that are nice and smooth and shouldn't catch anywhere near as much. Worth the effort. It definitely, a lot of hair came out, and there was no glue inside, so definitely wouldn't yank on that too much or something. I don't know how to explain that. But here's her photo shoot, and she looks very beautiful here on the shelf. Love it. You can see compared to the original one in the box behind her, her hair is a little thinner. So quite a bit did come out. There was definitely a time frame when they did not put glue in the heads, so the hair can kind of come out and get a little thinner. But still, I love having these two together. That's fun. Here's the shelf I've been working on. That one over there on the right, I got at Goodwill for $1.99. Pretty, pretty, pretty. That's my first muse, they call it. Here you can see some of my favorites. I've been changing it around, and again, just showing off the differences in Barbie by having the mycene over there, and then I even used the Kiani and put her on that body. I broke the leg on my Corinne doll. So yeah, definitely having fun in my little displays here. Next on to our Petite, our before, and again, these weren't that bad, and these changes for the after are not all that drastic. Just showing you, I guess, one of the milder things I've done. I like this windswept look for how natural they look, and in the end, you will see the photo of them all together. Yes, I did do their fingernails and toenails, since they're going to be, you know, with no shoes. This is our Curvy. Love it, love it. I was trying to say that before and after right here. These outfits really were, I'm glad I chose them because they definitely show more than when their bodies are covered to see the absolute difference. Even in the waist, the torso height, it's really cool. I'm so happy I did this. Again, all their fingernails are done. Nothing spectacular, but pretty, pretty. Here's the usual size before, and this is going to soon be the after. A very nice display. You'll see I'm so excited and pleased to show that as part of Barbie. This one looks like she just got out of the water and her hair dried from the air. That's why I'm kind of happy with these rather blah looks, but they certainly show a little different look. And then here we have Tall, and she's really, really spectacular. I would love if, actually all the different sizes, I would love if they got an articulated version. That would be really cool. I'm looking forward to getting the curvy one sometime down the road. Not yet though. And here's her after. Again, another just relaxed casual look to go with her relaxed casual look of clothes to match, and completely happy with them all. Thanks for watching these, you guys. I don't know if this was exciting, but it's what I was doing. Here's a little photo shoot I wanted. I'm sure this will be on Instagram, and here is how they are. I might change where they're going to be on the shelves, but for now, I think you get the idea of what I wanted to capture and see all the changes of Barbie on my shelves. I'm going to do a quick little shout out to, here it is, Catalina Dance. Thanks for being part of the Super Buddies Forever family. You'll see there some of the other things I've been doing on the shelves, and that's my girls. These ones are all cleaned up, and this has been a nice little relaxing project to touch on here and there. See you next time.